How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Voodoo15 here, again, as usual, as always. And I was asked about a level bombing tutorial. Now, there was one that was in there was probably better. I didn't take a look at it, but I figured I would just go through with the request and do some level bombing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take off from 92. And there's some things you want to, and I'm going to go attack 232. And so there's some things you want to think about when you go to do some level bombing. And that is what aircraft you want to fly, what are you trying to bomb, and essentially what kind of mission are you trying to fulfill here. So I'm thinking 232, it's not defended. It looks like it might be a couple bad guys, but they're coming from the night base above it, so you may or may not have any fighters come up to you. This is going to be a real short trip. Bombing missions usually are long affairs, 2 hours. Hour and a half, 2 hours, something fairly long. And so what I'm going to do is I think I'm just up B-26s. I think they'll be the best for that. Actually, I'll take some Boston 3s. They have a bomb sight in it, and they're fairly fast. They climb well. So I'm going to take the 400 or 500 pound bombs, and on any of the bombers / fighters, they have a little deal here. It says formation. You just click that, and now it's available. And you have the B-25H, which is also a bomber, but it's a single aircraft. And then you have 24s, 17s, and it's essentially on the mission. Lancasters will carry the most ordnance, but they're the lightest armed. And the 17s are pretty much your number one deals. I like flying B-24s. A lot of people won't fly them because they burn really easily, but I like flying the 24s, so I'm going to fly them. In fact, I'll fly 24s. I don't care. I do what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, my formation's already marked. I'm going to go ahead and take off northeast. I'm going to go ahead, first thing I'm going to do, it's been a while since I've been in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and calibrate my joystick for this first flight. It's in auto takeoff, so I'm going to let it continue with that. And I'm going to go ahead and calibrate this stick right quick. I bought me a brand new stick. It's the same stick I've always had. I just replace it every few months. So I have a brand new one, so it's all nice and tight. It's good to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all my controls and let the aircraft just handle its business. And then I'm taking off northeast rather. With that, get that out of the way. Check my course, it's pretty good, but I'm going to let the nose drop down, gain a little airspeed. My drones are still with me, so that's always good to see. After a little airspeed, I'm going to go ahead and start it into an auto climb here. I'm going to just allow the aircraft to climb. Now, I would suggest going either to the training arena or offline to practice your bombing. And I say that because if you don't want to get shot down a bunch, but if you want to get into an action, that kind of business, it's cool to do this. A lot of kids you'll see, there's little younger folks, they'll ask for gunners all the time. And so what you don't want to just have anyone as a gunner. You can have fun with some of these other smaller kids, but it's better if you have a really good gunner. And one of the things I see with gunners is that you'll have a younger kid piloting the aircraft and a really good gunner, or someone who's at least accurate, and the guy flying the aircraft will be trying to do evasive maneuvers. This is not what you want to do. It's not very smart because it throws your gunner off. So if you do come under attack, and you do have a gunner, and you have a gunner, you want to try and hold the aircraft as still as possible and give them the best chance of taking out that enemy fighter. So what I'm doing here, you'll hear of a lot of different techniques, and if you're in the game and you're not a fighter pilot, but you're a big bomber pilot, then you need to go and talk to a bomber-oriented deal. The 91st Bomb Group, this 365th, I believe. There's several really excellent bomber groups. Let me see. 91st Bomb Group. You have 404, Angus, and Tripod. All these 91st bomb guys are excellent bombers. If you want, and you're Bishop, or if you're on another team and you want to do some bombing, get with the 91st. They have excellent formations. Their overall setup is just amazing. I cannot bomb anywhere near as good as these guys. I can hit targets, but anyway, if you want to learn bombing, the 91st is where you want to go. Now there's other crews here, but I don't see any of them currently. The other group I was looking for, I think, is the 365th. And if anyone's looking at this video and you're from the 365th or whatever, I'm messing up the group that actually is bombardment group, go ahead and correct me in the comments below. That way I look like a total tard. Anyway, so what I'm doing here is I have a target. It's a small airfield. So I know that there's a couple hangars. You have VH, vehicle hangar. You have FHs and BHs, which are bomber hangars and fighter hangars. Ordnance, radar, and a number of different things. So what you want to do is look at the orientation of your map. You can see that the runway, the small red line, is running across the field at a 45-degree angle from northeast to southwest. You can see here, it's running this way down here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, first I'm going to check my fuel, because fuel is important. I have 30 minutes of gas, 67 range. So that's enough to get there and come back and coast. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to right click on my map. And I'm going to scroll down to clipboard maps. Come here, clipboard map, and it says city. You're going to click in this drop down box and go to a small airfield. I notice that this is orientated the same way that the deal is on my map. So what I'm going to start looking for is targets. Start looking for targets that I want to hit. I want to kind of generally move across this place in a kind of motion like this. So what I think I'll want to hit is some hangars, fuel tanks, and I'll have a couple passes. I'll be dropping 1,000-pounders. I have 8 of them. So I can come over and take out a fighter hangar, or bomber hangar, some ordnance. Ordnance and radar are always two really important deals. VH is also important. This place has a ore bunker way out here and way out here. Now if you're with a really good crew, they're going to name these bomber hangars. I used to have numbered, I say name, the numbered. I believe they're usually numbered from northwest to southeast, from left to right, from the top going down. How's it going, Bush?
Good, we got your buddy Beamer signed up.
My buddy Beamer?
He said he's been flying with you. 20-year-old kid named Beamer.
Yeah, he was the one. He's one of the guys he was learning a bunch from my YouTube videos. I hadn't flown with him but one evening. He's joined the circus.
Well, we said if we didn't like him, we'd just kick him out, but...
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. I don't know him.
Little...
I don't know him all that well.
No, he didn't say... Oh, I didn't either. We just said if he wants to, what the hell, we'll figure it out, you know. Seamus was stealing kills from him last night, so he was getting, you know...
Is he getting a little bent out of shape?
No, he's like, damn you, Seamus. No, he seemed like he was having a good time, so...
Well, good. Yeah, heck, he was commenting to me on the YouTube videos, and then he found me on Aces High one night, and he said, hey, can I fly with you? I said, yeah, we're going over to this. It was the night we had all those 47s, and I busted that 262 with a Brewster, and he flew in there with me 2 or 3 times. I think he knocked down a guy or so.
He did okay last night. He kept getting assists. At one point he said,
You cut out after...
Seamus goes, I'm landing. Oh, he said he had 4 assists.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he's pretty new. But if he's doing good like that, well then, yeah. Well, more power to him. He'll make a good clown, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah, Yeah, what the heck? It don't matter. Like Seamus said, we don't like him, we'll kick him out.
Yeah, no joke. I don't know him. He's not a personal friend of mine or anything. He's from the YouTube videos, and he learned from there, and he found me on here. He seems like an alright kid, so we'll see what happens. Beamer, if you're watching this, that's just how it goes, but yeah, just letting you know, man. Yeah, that was it. Just that one evening, I've been off and on. I hadn't been really playing. I'm actually doing a bomber tutorial right now. One guy wanted me to do level bombing, so I'm up some 24s right now. Anyway, so best thing to do if you're going to climb out and do a little short run like I'm doing here, number one thing you want to do, you can take a piece of paper and run it from the base to your aircraft. Like I can already see that I'm going to overshoot the field, so I'm going to break back a little bit to the left, to the right. Let me get my directions all fuckered up here. And I want to go ahead and...
Shit, Buster got on 200. Can't believe that.
And so anyway, I'm going to continue to climb until I reach this white radar circle. If you don't have these white radar circles, you'll probably need to refer to one of my videos on clipboard, the clipboard walkthrough. And but you can do it right now. You can just right click and come down here and click on radar, making sure it's check marked, and you'll have this little indicator here. I'm going to continue my climb until I reach the radar ring, which is radar ring is like 12 miles, 11 or 12 miles, if I recall. It may be more than that. Hell, it's like a big damn radar ring. Yeah, I think it's 12 miles across. Or 12 miles, you know. Anyway, I think it's 10, 12 miles from the field, roughly. I think it's about a half a grid from the base to the actual deal. So, I look like I'm on a pretty good track here. I'll use a piece of paper to see what the hell that does. No, I actually look like a horrible track, but what the fuck ever. Go down. I'm just gonna drop some bombs, see if I hit some shit. And anyhow, practice makes perfect, and I'm not a bomber guy. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I see land, and I know that I'm a bit off, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop back to the right a little bit. I can see the field there just right out at the bottom. So I'm gonna kind of put, just staring at the field, I'm gonna just kind of put my fuselage right over it, and I'm gonna go ahead and level out. Now here comes the start of the tricky part. I know that for B-24s, I need about just over half throttle. I'm gonna go ahead and open my doors, and this is where you're gonna start your calibration process. Now, you're gonna open your E6B. This is your number one thing. And you need to start checking your indicated speed. And what you're looking at is your climb rate right here. It says 20. It's currently dropping. I've reduced throttle to just over half. I'm still dropping a little bit, 14, 15. I'm gonna just barely bump my throttle. Oh, and I'm lined up over the town. That's fine though, I'll brake back to the right a little bit. I'll do that right now. Go ahead and brake back left here. And level back out, and I'll make some final adjustments at the end there. Alright, bring my clipboard back up. I'm at 127 climbs, so we're going to let it drop. Anytime you make any kind of adjustment, it's going to mess with your climb rate. So you're going to have to allow it time to adjust. You don't want to dump your throttle. You want to make very minute adjustments. That's what's really going to make it happen. So it's at 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5. It might climb just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and bump it back down, just tapping it slightly. Until it reaches 0. You want it zeroed out. So it's at 2, 1, there's 0. 1 is fine, you just have to remember. There's 1, -2. Now I need to go ahead and jump in the scope, and I'm really just rushing this. I'm going to press U to enter calibration, and Y there. What's going on, man? Hold it for 2 seconds. Press U to exit. And now my sight's calibrated. Okay, so I'm over my field here. I just heard someone shoot me, and the airplane just burned up. I'm gonna go back to the 1 F6 bomb site, and I'm gonna line up with these fuel tanks here. And you just take your stick and you move it left and right to line up. I heard bullets impact, so I know I'm under fire. I set my salvo to 1, and now I'm going to pickle. Line up on the second dill here. Now I'm gonna get my fucking guns and shoot this. Somebody's just killing me. Hey, how'd he go? There he goes. I have 1 plane left. Snail man, you bastard! Come to my guns, you bastard. Alright, so as you noticed, I got a few emplacements here, but now I got this 109 to deal with. Where's my top gun? Number 3. Here we go. Tail. Okay. Well, I fucking got killed. Anyhow, that's the fucking basics of your bombing there and getting killed by Snail Man, who I'll have to go back and murk here in just a moment. Questions, comments, leave them in the boxes below. You know the drill.